So hello everyone, welcome to High Tech Learning Academy. So thanks for watching this video, and guys, we are planning for a YouTube series in Microsoft Azure. So please do keep supporting on us. Let's enter into the topic. So Microsoft Azure. Microsoft Azure. So what is a Microsoft Azure? So Azure is the cloud computing service from the Microsoft. So like how we are having a AWS, Amazon Web Services and GCP, Google Cloud Computing. The same way from the Microsoft organization, there is one of the product is Microsoft Azure. So Azure was announced in October 2008 and started with the code name of Project Red Dog. So the Project Red Dog has released on February 1st, 2010. So early it was the name called Windows Azure only. So as the Windows Azure before being renamed to Microsoft Azure on 2014 March 55. So there was like regions and availability zone we have. So regions are called geographical locations and availability zones are called data center. So what is the difference between regions and availability zone? So what is the first of all like region? It's nothing but has early said the same thing like a geographical location in the worldwide. And the availability zone it's nothing but it's a data center which is located inside the regions. So minimum each region will contain minimum 3 availability zones over there. Okay, like how we having like Canada and US and Europe, Asia Pacific. So like the countries are dividing the name called geographical location. So inside the countries will be having a multiple data center, a data center name called availability zones here. So majorly there was like all cloud service providers. Like I can say even AWS or GCP or Alibaba or Oracle. So these are the major clouds we are having. So there's everyone majorly looking for the three service models, which is SaaS, PaaS, and IaaS. So software as a service, the name called SaaS, platform as a service, the name called PaaS, infrastructure as a service, the name called IaaS. So what is mean by SaaS here? So guys, nothing but SaaS in the sense very simple, like only software it is focusing well, which means so as a client we want to have any software need to be hosted on any device or any website need to be hosted on any server in the sense we don't need to do any configuration related to the software and we don't need to do any hardware configuration and there is a no patches upgradation or like your software upgradation. So everything will be taken up from the cloud provider, cloud service provider. Here we are going to be hosting an application onto the cloud, or we are going to be forward the application scripts and forwarding the programming to the concerned client. Okay, so next thing, platform as a service. So before that, the software as a service, we having like a similar example like Office 365, and will be have our YouTube, Instagram, WhatsApp, Facebook, like the major application we can take an example in the software as a service, even the Google Drive and SAP CRM related to the industry application we can take as a example for software as a service. So next to that, when we are having a platform as a service, it is a PaaS, means it's majorly helping for a programmers who are going to be learn Java, or suppose who are going to be develop any program or any application. To them this service is going to be useful more. So because we were like example, we can take a middleware and Web 2.0 application and the database, Java runtime and developing tools. We are working with the platform as a service, which means it used to give you the platform. It used to work, create the platform over there. So we can take as a Java developer, if he want to install any Java, if you want to create any Java program in the sense, he need to be install JDK platform as well as Java runtime platform. It should be installed over there. So the same way, when you're coming for a Visual Studio, we need to be installed for .NET related things, .NET platform. So in this platform as a service, we are going to be focused on working to the tools. Okay, we are going to be install a tool, or suppose we are going to be working with the platforms. Okay, so there is no need of worry about the configuration and the software tools regarding the updation and patches upgradation. So these things we don't want to worry. So everything will be taken off from the cloud service provider. So only we need to be take care of the configuration into the tools kind of. So next to that, we'll be having infrastructure as a service. So what is I mean by infrastructure as a service in the sense, it's nothing but all the hardware requirement will be provided from the cloud provider side. So next to that configuration, hardware configuration or software configuration and application configuration. So everything will be taken off from the as a client side. So the infrastructure as a service, it's helping to build a own infrastructure or own organization. So like a setup, hardware setup, it's like fully it is going to be helpful for us. So these are the major services which is provided from the cloud side, from Azure side. So for Azure free trial account creation, we'll be seeing separate video. So we have a YouTube session for creating Azure free trial account. So once you successfully created a free trial account over there, you'll be get a 1 month free trial account over there. So 1 month free tier, you are eligible for a 1 month free tier. So by default, there you will be get create 13,300 rupees. So by using 13,300 credits, you can utilize for creating a resources or creating a like services like. Okay, so let's enter into the portal. We'll see. So almost like major services only we are going to be cover in our like in our overall Azure video sessions. Okay, so let me log in into the Azure account. So let's enter into the Azure account. So here you could see these are the major services which we are having. This is a dashboard of your Microsoft Azure. So once you enter, so here it will be show you the credits. It will be show your credits here almost. So we'll be see a overall lookup. So what are the services we are having and what is the use of that? Okay. So in upcoming sessions we'll be see each and every services in detail. So these are the services, this much of services we are having. So in this much of services, we are going to be mainly focus on few services like Azure IAM, Azure Virtual Machines, Azure Storage Account, and Azure VNet, Azure Load Balancer, Azure VM Scale Set, and DNS, Active Directory, SQL, monitoring, backup and restore, disaster recovery, as well as PowerShell. So we'll be have a quick overview on all the services like what I have mentioned here. So Azure IAM, which is used for user management purpose, Azure Identity and Access Management. When you coming to the virtual machines, so under the virtual machines, we could see all the server creation as well as um, hard disk and storage related things will be seen under our virtual machines. So next to that, Azure storage account we are having. Under the Azure storage account, we are fully focusing about the storage related, like a file server or a file storage, disk storage, queue storage, table storage, and blob storage. Like multiple storage teams will be under my storage account. So another thing, VNet. In the VNet service, we are going to be fully focused on our networking related things. So virtual network is short form as VNet. And then to managing a load between the servers, we were using the load balancer service here. So whenever we require any server, we need to be scale up the server, scale down the server, we can go with the VM scale set service. So as usual, in our organization, how we are doing the domain name, the same way here we are having the configuration for DNS, the name called Azure DNS service. So on-premises Active Directory, and we are going to be merged up with the, we are going to be integrated with the our Azure Active Directory. For a single sign-on purpose, they were enabled this service. And related to the database, we could see under our Azure SQL services. So whether my virtual machines are working properly, or storage account is there, or monitor, I want to monitor the IAM users. In the sense, we are having the Azure monitoring service separately. So the same way, the main thing like backup and restore, the scheduled backup, scheduled restore, we can go up with the service. And there is a primary site and a secondary site concept we can see under our disaster and recovery. So now what are the things we were did in the GUI? The same thing and not exactly the same thing. So everything will be to do under my CLI method. The CLI we can see under our PowerShell, Azure PowerShell. So thank you guys. So we'll be see you in the next video. These are the services we have covered now. So in detail in upcoming videos we can see. Thank you for watching this video.